Ladies and gentlemen, the GMHL proudly welcomes you to the Russell Cup Finals. It's Game 3, series split dead even at one game apiece as we have 3 straight games here from the BWG here in Bradford. And immediately, no time waste, we'll take you right to the starting goaltenders of tonight's contest. The first star 3 times in the playoffs, 11 games played with a record of 8-3, goals against of 8.12 shutouts. Nikita Radchenko, 228 saves on 319 shots. The first star 7 times in these playoffs, a record of 10-1, 2.5 goals against, 352 saves on 374 shots. His 21st straight playoff start. That is Artemi Gaidukov starting in net for the North York Renegades. The North Division champions against the Southern Division champions. And you see the sub-champs right there get a good chance on goal. That being Bryson Tilakarante. William Hoffman, a quick up. A good active stick made by Prashidkov, and it's worked back along for Lindquist. Lindquist can work it back on for William Hoffman. Played it across for Wennis. A quick up starting for Isaac Carlson, and twisting along is Lindquist. Eric Stevenson, the captain of these North York Renegades, for the first time have led their franchise to a Russell Cup Finals, and it's currently a stalemate at 1-1 in this best-of-7 series to crown the Russell Cup champion. Rattlers trying to three-peat, Renegades trying to upset the Rattlers and win their first ever Russell Cup championship as one man is offside. Player donning 55 in white for North York. We don't have them listed on the website or on the roster sheets here, so if anyone in the comments can let us know who 55 for North York is, we would greatly appreciate that. Aaron Stemper on the face-off. Najim will oppose him, and it's won cleanly by the Rattlers captain. And so Matt Daminets can carry it along for Brendan Walensky. You look at him here. Walensky there, a testing shot. Gaidukov the save, and he can skitter it on back to 55 in white. Skating it out for North York, a flutter back along, looking for Tortorella. Will just go away from him, icing waved off. Merrick still putting the pressure on his man. 55 in white from the corner. Dixon trying to locate it from the half-boards, and he does so, and it's a nice flutter up the gut, finding Walensky again. The other American on this line heading towards the net in Dixon. Walensky goes around the horn before he stood up there, and it's slapped back along by David Kalenko, the Vaughan, Ontario native. Shot from the line by Orkov. Gaidukov said no, rebound in front, and it just squibs wide, but the net has come off its moorings. Game 1 was a victory for the North York Renegades. That's the second straight series the Bradford Rattlers have opened the series with a loss. 5-2 in North York. Damian Bridget got himself a goal and assist for a 2-point night. Exact same thing with David Kolenko. Booming shot from the blue line. Never afraid to use it here as you see Stevenson make an outlet pass along for Reale. Mishchenko from the half-board, try to get it out, and he will do so for North York. Malm on a backhand feed, can find it to Arseny Ovakimian. Martin Horetsky on defense, paired on this lineup. No Nikita Pavlenko for Team Green here tonight, injured last contest. Rattlers can clear the zone. They try to stab their way back in, but it's a nice patient move there thrown off by Nathan Downs. He hits the red line and he carries his way in. Downs in a quick redirection there by Radchenko, leaving it back behind the net and try to work it back along as Christopher Mishchenko. Still trying to hustle after that puck. It's still behind the net-minded Radchenko. One player getting a high stick. Horetsky putting the work on Sally. Work back in front of the net mouth, and Jacob Belisle can try to start back along for Bradford. Yes, Arvid Malm and Borisov on the near wing, but they're going to call Arvid Malm on an offside prior to puck entry. Rattlers come into the playoffs record of 8-3. They have 56 goals in the playoffs and have only conceded 21. North York, their first loss all playoff long came last night in North York. That Game 2 loss. They have 47 goals in these playoffs, 28 allowed. And the 8-1 loss for North York. I wonder if that spells trouble for them, their confidence-wise, heading into the rest of this final series, as Roberts taking a piece out of Masakov, and that can start Jonathan Wennis on a quick up for David Majerchuk, drawing back into the lineup here in the finals. Popek slapped it back along, and it's worked back in by the North York Renegades, Mikhail Elkin. Jonathan Wennis from his own end. Up to the far left portion of your screen, and Majerchuk, his shot saved from Gaidukov, and it goes loose into the corner. Bridget trying to clear the zone, and he will. Icing is singled, but then to be waved off, and a line change on for both sides. Roman Orkov from behind his net can skate away from Damian Bridget. Hitting the red line is Orkov, he'll just shoot in, but it's tipped off there from Gupta. Had to locate it in time, and he flung it right into the paraphernalia of Sergei Perdishov. Orkov from Matvei Munets. A quick up miss Carlson, so it's on goal to Gaidukov. He'll make no mistake there and just get a quick whistle with 16:29 to go here in period number 1 of this Game 3 of the Russell Cup Finals. Bunzenix on the center zone, trying to pull it back, can't do so. It's a win for the Renegades. They go back into the corner, and Damian Bridget can start it back along for Telekalante. Telekalante can work his way back in. He's cleared off of the puck there by Munets. He'll lays it right back to him in the corner. Anders Bunzenix from his own end, can clear the zone. A good step up there by Stevenson. Matvei Munets can try it again. A no-look pass at center, gave it away until Roberts tapped it back along, out of the reach of Telekarante. And so backpedaling in his own zone is Gupta. He will go D-to-D for the captain, Stevenson. Perdishov knocked off the puck there until Lindquist trying to use his speed to race up to it. Strong on a stick. Oliver Lindquist, a centering zone pass for Carlson. Carlson out, Oliver Lindquist. I beg your pardon, Anders Bunzenix gets forced out of the zone. No, they keep it in, but the Renegades quickly on after it. And so Telekarante had his pocket picked at center there by Bunzenix. Lindquist trying to test his way back into the zone there. Broken up there by Carlson, and he can work on wide against Perdishov. Bunzenix can't shoot, has a lane, got that one, just ripped it wide. Martin Horetsky to keep it in. He got it across for Carlson, right up the blue line. Getting a shot on goal, tipped in front, they score! Shot from the line by Carlson, redirected in front there by Lindquist. And with 15:20 to go in the first period, the Bradford Rattlers are off and running here in Game 3. One way to beat Gaidukov here in this series. You get traffic in front of the net, you clear out his eyes, don't let him see a thing. You change the angle of the shot, you get a tip in front there, it fools the netminder, and you got a 1-0 lead for Team Green. Just 5 minutes elapsed, and we're back in for more. Dixon, a sharp angle bid, and it's a breadbasket save for Gaidukov. 19 wins on the regular season for Artemi, the 20-year-old from Russia. Regular season, a goals against average of 2.8. One back to the blue line. Oh, McKimian shot there. May have been redirected and it fluttered wide onto the high glass behind Arseni. Rowley starts it back over for the Renegades. A shot wide of Redchenko. Merrick will lead it back to the blue line. Blood back down there, and so it's broken up for Aaron Stemper. A cross-seam pass up the way for Waletsky. He's met there with a big shoulder check thrown off by Nathan Downs. And Waletsky retaliates back after him. And you got to watch the penalties here. Battle up in front as it's Aaron Stemper getting a piece of one man as they battle away into the front of the net. The whistle will sound here, and it looks like they might get one of these players as the helmet comes right off on one player for the Renegades, that being Najim. Oakville, Ontario native at 32 points in the regular season for North York. A big piece why, for the first time in franchise history, they find themselves playing in the Russell Cup Finals. Mom directing traffic. You see 16 in green taking the face-off for the Rattlers. Can't pull it back as it's Gupta working against Belle Isle. Clap back out of the zone there by Stevenson, and it does fool Jonathan Wennis. Pumping his way back in is Borisov, but they're going to call an offside. Damien Bridget from Ajax, Ontario had 40 points in the regular season, currently leading all Renegades players in playoff scoring points. 9 goals, 9 assists, that's 18 points in this postseason, this being his 12th game played of the campaign. Good step up the line there by Stevenson. Saw that cross-seam pass coming from Hoffman, picked it off, but no offense started for the Renegades, but they may get possession here in front of their own bench, and they slap it back in, but it will be on the wrong side of center. 14:03 to go here in the first period. They're on their fourth line. Majerchek, Zakharov, and Masakov. Not going to be nets. Roman Orkov. A lot of Russian combinations on this line for Team Green. Stevenson, good button hook move away around Majerchek. Comes back into the half corner board. Sally can shovel it with his backhand out of the zone as far as center. Minets can curl on back and give it for his countryman on defense. A bobbling puck there. He gave it away. Stevenson still, now Roman Orkov trying to use his speed to get around one man, but it's forked away there by Gupta. And so one man starting back in Gunnar Popek. He'll try to beat Munetz into the corner and will, but here comes Zakharov to lay the body on him, and it gets him off balance as Majerchek can get away from Popek again, forces it to the corner for Orkov, and a nice escape move was thrown his way around number 22, Mikhail Elkin. Elkin trying to hunt it down. Popek forced away from him by Matvei Munetz, who will hit center and give in. Zakharov and Carlson switching spots. It comes back to the line on a Zakharov fluttering shot there. Can be settled back down by Popek, and one man pressuring him in Zakharov. It goes to the end boards, and getting it to it first there is Elkin. Has a med heading towards the goal and Roberts. Elkin trying to work it back to the front there before it's picked off by Matvei Munetz, and a bobbling puck there for Carlson at center. Can't settle it down, and so Stevenson trying to engage offensively from his defensive end. Caught back up on the line there, and working his way in is Merrick. I beg your pardon, it's Bryson Tilakarante gets crunched up there by Danila Zakharov, who has been out there for quite a while. First line still trying to get its personnel back out. We're waiting on Anders Bunzeniks. Lindquist can't clear the zone. Bridget, nice pass and a good reception for Tilakarante. One player going down. Renegades looking for a holding call, none coming. Growlers get Anders Bunzeniks onto the line. Here is Carlson trying to force his way past Gupta. Lindquist from his own end will get it back to the corner boards, and now up top. Hoffman from Wennis. He'll return it back for Lindquist heading towards the goal. Can't get a lane here. Stops on a dime and gives it back up top. Jonathan Wennis back across to his countryman, and Lindquist has Hoffman at the line. Won't use him here. That one fluttering off the stick of Stevenson. Shot off the high glass and will come out of the zone as it's forced away by Bridget at center. Fakes a dump in and then gets it on a second try. Trying to lay the body on Hoffman. Can't use him here. It's a loose puck taken away, but two players run into each other, but Bunzeniks good strong on the puck. Can work it back from his backhand to Jonathan Wennis, and a break-in starting, trying to get around one man in Reale. Got it back in front there. Gaidukov goes to the other corner. Sees Bunzeniks getting hounded by two Renegade players there. Puck on a bobbling one. Perdyshov with Carlson on him, trying to make a move on Isaac. Can't do so. Rolling puck at the high slot zone, and Perdyshov can use his space here. Has to beat Wennis. One-on-one, then Hoffman Nice move, but it's a good kick away there by Wennes, allowing Anders Bunzeniks with 11:20 to go in this first period to go behind his net. A fake out there by 55 in white, causing some damage for Bunzeniks, forced to make a play. Hoffman returns it. Arseny Ovakimian, 14 in green from the right part of your screen, gets tipped up there by Aaron Stemper, but the play will continue. Ovakimian, good drop pass, who got decked back behind the play into the corner there by Downs, who's been laying the body on everything that moves here tonight. Rolling puck into the neutral zone. Horecki slaps it back off the end boards, and it's worked back for Downs again with Dixon all over him, and it's shoveled back away as coming back in is 55 in white for the Renegades. Corner boards play into Ovakimian. We'll just leave it for Aaron Stemper there, the captain of Team Green. 14 in green, played it across. Wolecki tried to get it down into the zone, can't do so. It's forced back at center, and so Ovakimian from his neutral zone area for Stemper, which is lopped into the opposite corner, head off on a change. Gupta with Wolecki, all over him. Belisle trying to clear down the angle, can't do so. That puck will escape Arseny Ovakimian. Two white uniforms, crowd back on him, Merrick being one of them. Wolecki, a chip up there. Arvid Malm can't clear the zone, it stays in. Corner boards play for Brendan Walensky at the halfway mark of this first period. Still 1-0 for Team Green on a goal by Oliver Lindquist. Good pinch on the line again by Stevenson. Always good offensively there, but he just chipped it on wide. Had 44 points in the regular season, did the Renegades captain. Borisov on a fluttering ditch. Try to work it back for Belisle, but great positional awareness was made by Stevenson. The puck does go into the opposite corner, however. Borisov on Gupta, win the battle, and so Malm got it back to Arton in the corner play. Arton, Borisov, sharp angle shot there, had some daylight. Over top of the blocker hand of Gaidukov, just missed the net. Arvid Malm, his turning round bid there was fluttered away by Gaidukov, and another hurried shot there coming from Munetz. Can hit the pad of Gaidukov. Arton Borisov, another sharp angle shot there again, missed the cut in the net. Munetz on a rolling shot there will get into the corner. Borisov there. Open his Malm on a shot there, and what a read by the glove of Gaidukov, keeping it out. Lofted back in to the defensive end. Munetz on a centering feed. Jacob Belisle will leave it for Matvei Munetz, and they come in on a 2-on-1. Backhand pass attempt there on a rising shot there. Gaidukov save, rebounded for now, and what a save by Gaidukov, robbing Carlson with the stick. Zone face-off win. Carlson still trying to get right back. Found Bunzeniks there, and a sharp angle rising shot will not hit the target. Comes back in for Bunzeniks. Has one man open at the blue line and uses them here in Wennes. Has a shooting lane. No, will use wide on a sharp angle bid there again. Rattler is using those sharp angle shots a lot here, and most of the time they have not hit the target. Belisle, nice turning feet in front for Lindquist. Pardon me, the pass came from Carlson. You have him here in the corner, 24 in green. Saw the hit coming there and braced himself up to the boards, and it's a breakout starting for North York on a 3-on-3. Perdyshev got by Wennes. Perdyshev from his backhand laid it back in front of the high slot there, and the game's first penalty is going to be called. Looks like Isaac Carlson on the slashing minor. And again, if any Renegade fans are in the chat here, number 55 in white for your team that stepped onto the ice for this power play, if you could let me know who that could be. We can't see him on our roster sheets or on the website, so if anyone does know, we would greatly appreciate that. And so game 3, we have the first power play goes to the side of the North York Renegades, trying to tie it up at 1 here from the BWG. They have 8:10 to go here in the first period. It comes to Roman Orikov off the high glass and sent back down the length of the ice. And if you remember, Joe Todd, my old broadcast partner, used to tell me, Nick, that's how you kill penalties. Eric Stevenson from his neutral zone, weaving his way in, trying to do it himself, and Stevenson has a booming shot, and he gets it from anywhere on the ice, possessing a lethal shot. So does Tortorella, corked up in the one-time position, can't use him here. Stevenson along the half boards, nice seam pass, can find Merrick Tortorella. Merrick with Wolecki hot all over him. Two Rattlers then engage on the puck handler there, leaving Gupta all open on the blue line. Renegades still got it to the blue line, and his man Gupta returned it back for Tortorella. Crossing pass for Stevenson, can't recept it in time, and so Stemper trying to lay the body on him. Two captains doing battle here while Team Green is shorthanded. Orkov had a stick lifted there by Bridget. Goes to the corner, slapped back along by Matvey Minets, and it does go the length of the ice. Guy Dukov forced to come out and play. Gupta sends Downs in. Receives that puck, and maybe a drop pass is incoming for the Renegades, but no, they're going to use their blistering speed to bring it right in. Downs a shot there, fought off by Radchenko. It's a rolling puck, and Radchenko makes no mistake there to get the rebound. If there was one thing that could use improving for North York Renegades, especially speaking in the regular season, their power play percentage only sitting at 10% all regular season long. If they want to try to get the games tied back up at 1 here, power play is going to be a big key in this series moving forward. That one off a player on the Team Green bench, and so it'll come back into the defensive end for Bradford. Laid back from his defensive end, 17 in white. You see him at the far left portion of your screen, and leaving it for Nathan Downs, who had 10 points in the regular season. Downs has great speed as a big defenseman, and using his soft hands here, Dixon can just force him out of the play, and Hoffman making no mistake. 5 seconds to go into the Carlson minor, and we are back to 5-on-5. Shaw from his own end. Neutral zone play forked away by Bunsenix on a stalemate of a puck. Can leave it for Carlson. Button hooking his way around Stevenson. Blue line play. William Hoffman on a rolling puck there, trying to get towards the goal on a nice pass, finding Bunsenix. Carlson on a one-time bid, and he feigned on that shot. Trying to find Carlson again, and he will. Nice pass from Hoffman. Carlson relaying it for Jonathan Wennes. The return for Carlson has a lane. Carlson on a shot save for Guy Dukov. Two players running into each other, and Stevenson and Carlson behind the net. Comes back to the blue line. Good to keep in by on these Bunsenix. Corner boards played 2-on-2, both players aside. Hoffman back from the near blue line, goes to the far end. Jonathan Wennes pumps it back down low for his countryman and Lindquist, and he can spot Carlson from the corner. Isaac Carlson, Bunsenix can't get a shot. Right around in front, there was Lindquist at the net mouth. Just couldn't tap it in time. Wennes from the blue line again, plays it off the bank away from Carlson, and so Bunsenix behind the back pass looking for Isaac, but it went away as Gupta, leaving Carlson with a hit into the corner. Perdyshoff can clear the zone for North York, and they will head off into a change with 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Jonathan Wennes from defense. Outlet, Arten Borisov. He'll try to step his way around by Stevenson. Got it to Belisle in front, but it just worked away from him. Cho can work it back out of his own end, and so Matvey Minets can backpedal into his own end. Has one man open in Malm, but he's under a lot of pressure here. Cho is hard on the puck handler there in Arfred Malm. Cho just trying to pin that puck up, and he'll do so here. Two players from their respective teams in that corner boards battle. The former captain of last year's team, Arfred Malm, can't get that puck through the neutral zone. Bridget, using his good, strong effort there, can get it to Roman Orikov away from Cho. Cho just trying to knife it away from Borisov, but it'll come right to Jacob Belisle on a 2-on-1. Belisle, Malm on a shot there, got Duke off the save. Rebound in front for Belisle, and he just had to go away from him. Gupta punches one man up to the corner. Blue line play, Orkov, a hurried on pass, can find Munetz. Matvey, corner boards play, and a good bank for Arvid Malm. Malm left it for Borisov into the corner. Arvid Malm again. Crossing pass is broken up there by Cho, and he has a lane here to skate into. Cho hits center, dumps it from his backhand. Orkov first after it for Team Green. Met by one man, Bridget, picked his pocket, played it to the blue line, and Kolenko. His fluttering shot will just go wide of Cho. Trying to get a redirection there, and Cho's back after it. Swiped away there by Orkov. Munetz punching Najim back behind the net, and so Najim can skate away from the corner. Najim to the blue line. Kolenko, his shot deflected in front there, and it's gloved down by Radchenko. Just got word that the audio having little issues here in this Game 3. Did a few tinkering with settings here, so hopefully this sounds just a little bit better. Brendan Walensky chips it. Downs, unable to keep the zone from the neutral end, and so it's Stemper back in for Team Green. Has one man on him in Roberts. Dixon there got drilled by Downs again, and that's going to be a penalty upcoming against North York. Radchenko heads off for the extra attacker, but it was touched up by North York. And so the game's first power play for the Bradford Rattlers will be set to begin here. Renegades didn't get much on their opportunity. Now Team Green with a great opportunity to go up by 2 goals here tonight. If there's still any issue with the quality of the microphone, the camera quality, anything like that you think we can improve on, definitely let us know. We'll try to fix it come the first intermission, which is just 3 minutes and 8 seconds away here. You're looking at Nathan Downs sitting in the box. The Woodbridge, Ontario native was hitting anything in a green uniform early in this first period. Crossed the line a little too much, and so the Rattlers, 24% success rate on the man advantage all year long. Get a great chance here. But 90% success rate on the PK was North York all season long. 2 great special team matchups here tonight. Gupped onto the corner, 2 Rattlers quickly pressure him. 2 players go down into the corner. Bunzeniks and a flat off save made. Carlson in front there, and he just drilled it wide. Good job keeping the line. Good hustle for Bunzeniks and a nice dangle move. Anders comes in, nice pass, finding the captain Stemper. Doesn't have a lane up top. Hoffman leaving it. The captain Stemper moves in and shoots that one, and Gaidukov can make a breadbasket save. Carlson from the face-off, crossing past Bunzeniks. Hoffman, Carlson, his drive, and a blocker save made for Gaidukov. Stevenson cannot clear the zone. A good second effort made by Anders. Hoffman to Bunzeniks, plays the bank, receives it. Middle zone play. Stemper, Hoffman, now Carlson. Carlson and Hoffman switch spots, doesn't get the puck yet. Carlson move again, his shot there, and it cleanly goes up and out of play. They're going to say it did go cleanly out. A minute 08 to go here on the power play. You see the line change on for both teams, fresh power play and PKers. Out here with just 2:16 to go here in period number 1. Sally, good face-off win, shorthanded. Stevenson can clear the zone, and that forces Mafe Minetz to flutter back into his own end. Minetz gave it right up to Stevenson. Stevenson works his way back in, has one man heading towards the goal, but it was blocked away by Borisov. He, Waletsky, and Borisov start out with Arvid Malm, but they're going to call Borisov on an offside, and from our vantage point, did look like it was a clean entry. Referees, of course, a better view from right there on ice level. The combination of Hoffman and Wennes back out onto the ice. Malm with Lindquist and Carlson. Hoffman forks his way back in, stops up on a dime, and has one player open, make that 2 being Carlson and Bunzeniks, but he found Anders. One man went down on Arvid. Pass escaped him, went to the corner. Carlson was there, and so Lindquist tapped it for Bunzeniks, and now Carlson. Crossing pass looking for Arvid and Malm. Pumped it back to the blue line on a hurry effort made by Hoffman. Trying to escape by one man and Sally. Tap back along for Carlson. Sharp angle shot, and it's right into the breadbasket of Gaidukov, and no further play. Artemi Gaidukov making his 21st straight playoff start for North York. The last playoff goaltending start went to Nicholas Lewicki in 2022-23. They're going to wave Arvid out of the face-off zone, and so Oliver Lindquist, no, Arvid is then going to switch with Carlson. Clean win for the Carlson. Got it back up top for Wennes. Hoffman can't shoot. Carlson can't either. Plays it back along for Hoffman. Elevated it to him, and he worked it back for Wennes. Crossing pass on a forceful play there, and a lot of plays have been forced to the neutral zone there from Team Green. Wennes there in front, looking for a man in front was Lindquist. Couldn't find him there. Back to 5-on-5 downs out of the box. That one will flutter up and out of play from Team Green. The next two games after tonight will all be here in the VWG here in Bradford. Pretty cool opportunity up until here in Game 5, 6, and 7. If necessary, will be up in North York. Stemper tried to pull it forward. Comes to the blue line, kept in by Munetz. His shot there hit his own man in Dixon, who was tied up there with Najim. Orkov, nice deflection there by Stemper, but it missed by quite a bit. Najim there with Reale. Last minute here in this first period of play, Munetz sees that rolling puck go away. He has Orkov open, will just go behind the netminder Radchenko and try to set up shop here with 35 seconds to go in the period. Merrick watching his every step. Quick up for Stemper, broken up there by Cho. It stays inside the zone still. Merrick on Orkov. Merrick still has a sharp angle bid, will rattle back along out of the zone. Gupta forced back along for North York. A quick up looking for his man in Cho. Can't use him here. Comes back for Gupta again, and what have we here? Elias Najim going off 2 minutes for tripping. This penalty coming 14 seconds left in this first period of play. Maybe one last opportunity to close this first period. Try to get a goal here to make it 2-0 for Team Green. If you're North York, you just got to survive these 14 seconds. Arvid Malm on the face-off. Bridget doing a good job killing as much clock as he can from behind his own goal. He'll play it right across for Killer Tarante, and he'll leave it back along for Hoffman. 4 seconds to go here in the period, and it looks like after 20 minutes of play, it's going to be the Bradford Rattlers 1, the North York Renegades 0. The Rattlers will still have power play time heading into the second period. We'll be back for period number 2 here of this Game 3 of the Russell Cup Finals in just 14 minutes time. second period set's getting underway here from the BWG here in Bradford. It's the Russell Cup Finals Game 3, best of 7. Series currently sits at a stalemate at 1-1. After tonight, games 4 and 5 will be here at this exact same building, the Bradford West Squillenberry Arena. Rattlers still have a minute 46 to go on their man advantage. It was a late first period penalty by North York, allowing Team Green on their second man advantage opportunity of tonight's contest, and it all is going to start off with Anders Buntenieks on a drop pass for William Hoffman. One man watching him for North York, that being Timothy Wentrain. As if Carlson, Anders Buntenieks yelling at him to settle it down, go behind the net, and work it back out at yourself, and that's what he'll do as he feathers a pass along for William Hoffman, and a carry on in for the power play that has the minute 15 remaining. Carlson switches spots with Hoffman. Carlson down low, Lindquist, tap back along for Isaac, up top it comes to Hoffman. Up in DDD side for Buntenieks, just trying to stuff it down low for Lindquist, finds him here. Arver and Mom, 16 and Green parked in up front. It's a 4-man defensive unit, closing in tight in front of the net. Not much pressure going on for the defenseman of Team Green on this power play. Crossing pass for Carlson. Gaidukov's out of his cage, trying to stuff it in, can't do so. Eric Stevenson unable to clear the zone. It's kept alive there by Hoffman. Down low from Buntenieks has Lindquist. Back behind the net. This pass by Buntenieks hopped over the stick of Carlson as it was forked away by Bridget. And it comes back into their own end of North York and Gupta as it's touched up with a high stick by Anders Buntenieks. And so it's going to be a defensive zone face-off for Team Green. Short-handed face-off win for North York, but Popek lost the handle to Buntenieks, and so Carlson skates his way back into the corner. Carlson, with 20 seconds to go on the power play, has one man open on the blue line, and Stemper finds his way up top for Matvey Munetz. Corner boards play, his shot there, and puck was loose for the taking as one man gets cleared out, and Stemper. Shot from the blue line, creating a bit of ruckus in front there. Stemper getting knocked down, but no penalties will be called on the play. Still 11 seconds to go on the minor penalty for Elias Najim. The Oakville, Ontario native, 21-year-old, had 32 points in 43 games played in the regular season. Downs unable to clear the zone, still on the man advantage. Blue line play, Matvey Munetz pumps it back for the captain. We're back to 5-on-5 as Wennis, Stemper, and now Wennis again. Will drop it back for his man in Dixon. Dixon from the corner boards away from Najim, who's fresh out of the box. Rattles it back along for Bridget. Bridget just trying to force his way back out of the zone. Will give it to Reale, who is forced back in his own defensive corner, and he can flutter it up the gut. Caught there by Stemper. Goes away from his glove, and so Jonathan Wennis stopping on a dime and played it across. Reale can step into it from the center zone and dump in. Jonathan Wennis in a scuffle in front with one man of the Renegades, that being Najim, being a part of everything, it seems like. Stemper on a drop. Brendan Walensky can't force it back down along, and so it's Perdishov taking it for North York at center. Munetz can engage defensively, try to cut the angle down, forcing Perdishov to dump in, and so Jonathan Wennis first after it for Team Green. Perdishov goes away from a hit as Bridget puts the Rattlers captain back down to the ice. Downs keeps his own alive, and so does Perdishov. His shot right into the glove of Nikita Radchenko. Winner of tonight's contest goes on, takes a 2-1 lead in the Russell Cup Finals. Bradford Rattlers trying to do something no other team in league history has done. Win 3 straight championships as that one fought off by Radchenko, and he can cover up the rebound. As one man, Cho, was all over him in front. At 9 points in 6 games in the regular season, as you hear the North York bench getting up, trying to get the energy levels going here, as their team is still down by 1 goal. Borsov forced him to the corner. Belisle can skate it up for Team Green, but he's met by 2 players, one being Kalenko. Borsov in front there, and he just blistered a shot wide. Arsenio Vakimian got it back in front of the net as it's punched away and steered out by Gaidukov. Comes back for Belisle. Roman Orkov. DDD play for Hoffman. Hoffman to Orkov. His bombing shot there, and it's a breadbasket save for Gaidukov. Another offensive zone face-off, this time coming up to the left side of Gaidukov. Isaac Carlson on the face-off. Telecarante opposed him, and so goes to the opposite corner. Carlson embraced the check coming his way, still got knocked down. Orkov good keeping. Will skate his way in. Orkov on a fluttering shot there. Stevenson may have got a piece of it. Stevenson will go behind his own net. One man all over him and Lindquist. Stevenson can use his speed, getting around two players, make that free of the Rattlers before he got stood up there by Hoffman. Bunzeniks on a rattling puck. Off the dasher, let it ahead to Carlson, and an outlet pass goes right onto the tape of Lindquist. Try to force it back into the neutral zone. Can't do so as Lindquist worked it back away from Bunzeniks. It's caught off there by Stevenson and corrals it and lays it back across for Gupta. Can't play it back up the zone, and so he'll try again. Long saucer pass right onto the tape of Bridget. Nice pass is being thrown off by both teams here tonight. Orkov behind Radchenko. Perdishov is all over him, and so Hoffman flutters it off the end boards, and so it's going to be picked away there by Bunzeniks. Stuttered back in there by Carlson. Lindquist heads off in a change, found Bunzeniks with a rising shot there, who got dumped after that shot was released. Masakov trying to do work down low. Got it to Bunzeniks away from him. Blue line play in Jonathan Wenis. His shot there tipped in front, rebound, save, loose. Masakov a shot there, save. Another save for Gaidukov as he came across to Rob Carlson. Wind Train can finally clear the zone for North York, but ring 10 bells for that save by Artemi Gaidukov. Had 3 consecutive saves, and it remains a 1-goal lead for Team Green. Zakharov looking for Majerchek. Zakharov again on a kick save, and a good one for Gaidukov. Majerchek will just force it back into the zone for Team Green. This fourth line has been buzzing for Team Green here tonight. Gupta can't find Bridget. Away from Zakharov, kept up on the line there by Minets. Can force his way in for Zakharov. Found Majerchek. Tap back. Masakov, his fluttering shot will go up and out of play. Strongly encourage everyone to use your rewind feature here on YouTube. Go back to that sequence where Gaidukov robbing Carlson, Bunzeniks as well. The top hot shooters for Team Green. Gaidukov saying no to both opportunities, keeping us still a 1-0 lead for Team Green. What a goaltender they have for North York. Cho couldn't get it past Waletsky. Downs can play it to his defenseman in Reale. 17 in white there, played it up the boards. The native of North York, Ontario, playing for his hometown team, trying to bring them a Russell Cup for the first time in team history. Ovakimian for Heretsky. Neutral zone play, finding Stemper, a quick up for Waletsky. His shot couldn't get it towards the net as Reale will force him off to the corner. Merrick bumped there by Stemper. Got a check back for his efforts by Stemper. Good pinch up at the blue line there by Heretsky, sending it back into the opposite corner. First after it is Waletsky. The other 17 skating here tonight, and Reale couldn't get it away. Heretsky back from Stemper, protecting the puck and himself away from Najim. Heretsky has one man on him and Downs, and he won the battle as Najim can't clear the zone, but it does hop over the stick of Stemper. Good reverse hit was thrown his way by Merrick Tortorella. Waletsky rid the stick out of the play of Reale, allowing that puck to go into defensive end as Najim made an outlet pass for Cho, who can curl back into his defensive end and try to start out into the neutral zone. 2 Rattlers over him, and he can get by both before losing the puck and slap back in by Dixon, and a line change on for Team Green. Bashenko trying to cherry pick after the Rattlers change. Cho, good stick handling there from the neutral zone. Ridden off the puck there of Borisov. He's tied up in front of the timekeeper's crease, and so Radchenko forced to make a play from his goal crease. Hoffman goes the other way. A quick up and a good active stick by Downs on a rolling puck, racing into the corner, and Kolenko and Belisle as Belisle sends his man down. Arvid and Malm winning that foot race. Into the corner again, Belisle taps it back along, looking for Arvid. Can't spot him here, and so Mischenko is able to get it to Downs, and Wind Train open on the far side. Won't use him here. Downs back into his own end. Will flutter it as it gets tapped back along by Kolenko, and giving chase is Arvid Malm. Over in a nifty play, getting it for Jonathan Wennis. Spins away from Reale, and so it comes right to the alert William Hoffman. Hoffman with Malm, open to the near wing. Alexa get it to Harton Borisov. Puck rolled away from him. Wentrain got it at center from Belisle, and he'll curl his way back around the center zone and dump in. Borisov after it. One man trying to take him out of the play, and Ji Wan-un goes away as it gets sent back down the length of the ice. Icing is the current signal, and then the call. Brendan Sally's line will have to stay out. For Markham, Ontario, the 17-year-old having 14 points in the regular season, 6 of them being goals. Good look on that face-off from Carlson. Comes back to Orkov. Couldn't keep the zone alive. One man all over him and Wentrain. Orkov tapping it for Munetz. Played it for Carlson away from Ji Wan-un. And so it comes to Kolenko back behind the netminder Gajdukov. Kicked up from the blue line. It will come out of the zone as Sally can bust his way back in for North York. A testing shot there. Got the glass behind Radchenko. Orkov taking the body on his man. Matvei Munetz from the corner. An outlet pass finding Lindquist and a great active stick by Bridget. Knowing that puck was coming to the center zone, got a stick in the lane, intercepted it. Stevenson a tap back along, finding Wentrain. Rantila Karante, I beg your pardon. Tap back for Lindquist. One man quickly over the play is Sergei Perdishov. Damien Bridget from the corner. Trying to play it from his backhand to Perdishov, but escapes over him from the backhand. Isaac Carlson from the corner. Roman Orkov on after his man. He'll just flutter it back out of the zone. Calmly collected at center there by Lindquist. Top portion of your screen. Drop pass for Bunzeniks. Has a sharp angle bid looking for a tip in front by Carlson. Got it to him. And it taps back along up and out of play. They're going to say it went off a Rattler. Face off to come outside of the North York end. I beg your pardon. Face off still to come to the left side of Gajdukov. Ozone face off for Team Green. Lucinius makes an appearance here into the second period in a clean face-off win for the young Finn. Horetzky tipped in front there by Zakharov and it went wide. Sharp angle bid again as the Rattlers love getting it from a sharp angle right to the front of the goal. You get the puck instantly to a dangerous area. Causes a little bit of havoc for the goaltender, especially if he can't see it. Ji Wan-un was forced off by Mesakov. Lucinius puts the body on his man going into the corner, that being David Kolenko. Perdishov will leave it for one man in front there, and tapping it along back into the zone was Kolenko. And so Horetzky spots one man coming his way. Mesakov, a spot back for Zakharov, overskated it. Najim, Bridget, Renegades have numbers trying to go down low as Perdishov missed the handle. Mesakov on a 3-on-2 starting over for Team Green, but they are going to call Zakharov on and offside. Najim on Stemper. Dixon taps it back for Matvei Munetz. Dixon can just see that puck go away from him. Icing will be waved off. Stevenson with Woletsky. Bumped into their Stemper. Good chance here, but he just pulled it wide. Cho going in from the half boards. If you're Cho, you got to get to that boards first. Get that puck and get it out of the zone. He knew a hit was coming his way. You got to embrace yourself for that. It's the finals. Woletsky can turn his way back in. Najim lost the handle. Stemper back in. Has it from his forehand as one man open up top on Orkov. His shot there tipped in front by Reale, and they got it across in a clear after coming for Merrick Tortorella and company. Cho driving to the net. Can't use him here. Stemper. That one does foil away from Najim, and so it comes to the neutral zone before it's worked back along and caught by the captain, Aaron Stemper. You can see him bring his way back into the O-zone. Forearmed around Reale. Pumps back to the blue line. Matvei Munetz can clear it back behind the netminder Gajdukov. Tops it for Stemper. Aaron Stemper, blue line play, Roman Orkov. The captain Stemper again, flutters it to Roman. Blue line shot there in front there was blocked by Cho with the glove. Nate Dixon from the corner, plays it up top there for Orkov. Will go D to the captain Stemper. His shot there blocked in front by Tortorella. Trying to clear the zone is North York, and they still can. Walensky down low for Dixon. One man down right in front there. Gadukov to save. Rebound. Walensky in front. Save made. Rebound as it comes for Dixon. And he just rolled it back wide. Montfamy nets back down in. Gets tipped up there. Play will continue. Stemper can't keep the zone alive. And so he's got to hustle after it. Merrick Tortorella can beat him to it. Sharp angle play. Tortorella right in front looking for Cho. Can't connect with him there. The captain Stemper at the end of his shift plays it off the high boards. And so Merrick Tortorella comes back in for North York. Tortorella there meeting up with Stemper. Both players going down. No call. Gupta played it in front there. Rebound for Cho who got a shot away. And Radchenko fought it off. Cho can tie up Stemper. Elkin can't get that puck up top, and he will so here. Gupta on a fluttering shot, and he nets with the save. Rebound in front there. Radchenko may have got a piece of that one coming his way. Stemper can finally clear the zone for the Bradford Rattlers. Icing will be waved off. Good for them. They can get some bodies off here. Rattlers are going to be offside prior to entry. No, I beg your pardon, they still have it. Borsov looking for Arvid Baum. It was a waist-high pass that couldn't be settled down. Arvid Baum back in from the corner. Borsov after it, has Belisle spotted him here, got it off the side of the cage. And so Gupta putting the body on Borsov. Popek laying it back across as Stevenson ties up that puck behind the netminder guy Dukov. Arvid Baum surveying the scene. Borsov quickly up top. Horetsky got a floating shot into the opposite corner. Arvid Baum settling it. Arsenio Vakimian, his drive, kick save. Rebound, Belisle in front there, and he just forked it wide. Gupta trying to clear the zone, and he can't do so. But Vakimian a good keep in, leaving it for Arten Borsov. Top of the blue line, plays it for Horetsky. Got a shot away in front, save for Guy Dukov, loose into the corner. Martin Horetsky, Rattlers, all sorts of pressure in the offensive zone. Borsov fanning on that shot, and that'll kill all momentum Team Green had for that play, as Roberts going to work his way back in for North York. Roberts swiped away there by Horetsky. The long reach of Martin Horetsky trying to clear the zone and can't. Popek will play it right for Arsenio Vakimian, got away from Bridgert, and then Perdishov. Big collision in front there by Malm and Reale. Stretch pass, and the Rattlers may have numbers here. Carlson trying to race up to it. Isaac Carlson, and what a defensive play made there. Coming back was Reale. Horetsky, body on him, 2-on-1. Coming in is Merrick Tortorella, and a shot there, save. Rebound for Bridget, who had his stick lifted at the last second by Martin Horetsky. And that one will go for an icing call on the Bradford Rattlers, but what an opportunity for Damian Bridget. Great A shot at goal, but Martin Horetsky, native of Holek, Slovakia, had 3 points from the regular season. Huge defensive play with 6:09 to go in the second period. It's been a fast period here. It feels like it just started. It's been a wonderful contest here in this Game 3 of the Russell Cup Finals. If you guys can let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from, we love to see the demographic of the viewers here watching the GMHL games, and hopefully you guys are sitting back and enjoying some Russell Cup playoff hockey. Sunday night on ice here from the BWG here in Bradford was a 7:30 p.m. puck drop, as Team Green will start it back in on a 3-on-3 rush, and another great defensive play at the active sticks by the D-men of North York, proving to be phenomenal here tonight. 5:32 to go here in period number 2. The Oliver Lindquist goal in the first period is the only one that stands here so far. Gotta tip your cap to Guy Dukov, and wow, many grade A saves as he made in this contest here tonight. Good look at Isaac Carlson. Bunzaniks from his face-off win. Carlson off the side of the cage, trying to stuff it in front of Bunzaniks. Got it to him. Bunzaniks with a rolling shot there, whacked it out of the air, but they are going to call a high stick on that beautiful hand-eye coordination from Anders Bunzaniks. From Hamilton, Ontario, it's only the second time in team history that two players on the Bradford Rattlers had 100 and more points. This year was Anders Bunzaniks, 101 points. Isaac Carlson, and get this, the 18-year-old from Sweden in 33 games had 47 goals, 53 assists, 100 points. Bunzeniks and Lindquist, those two players on the ice here just right now. Stevenson ran into his own player going down. They both take a spill. Bunzeniks leaving it for Lindquist. Blue line play. William Hoffman, his shot there may have been deflected in front. Gajdukov was able to steer it just wide of the cage, and Team Green picks it up from Lindquist and Carlson, but he was offside. Last contest in Game 2, Jonathan Wennis having himself a career night. 4 points in that contest, 2 goals, 2 assists. And how about Isaac Carlson keeping up his dominant play? He had a hat trick and adding on 1 assist. 4 points for the 2 Swedes in that contest. Roman Orikov, 3 assists. He was snapping that puck around, was he, in that contest? That pass by Mom, escaping the stick of Matvei Minets. He and Orikov paired up on defense. One man pressuring him, and Sergei Perdishov, a lot of Russians doing battle here tonight. Perdishov still all over Roman. Rattlers can get that puck out of the zone on a rolling one. It's Arvid Malm with a chance on goal, dropping it back for Martin Borsov. Walks in and he scores! Borisov playing the F3 spot, was the late man coming. Arvid Malm stopped on a dime, spotted him there, and Arden Borisov, one of the more clutch players in team history, will pick himself up his 6th goal of these playoffs, his 11th point. And for the first time here tonight, a 2-goal advantage has been opened up by the Bradford Rattlers. Arvid Malm will get the primary assist. Renegades trying to get it right back in Downs. Downs had it forked away there by Wennis, pulls him to the corner. Cho will play it behind the netminder Radchenko. Haretsky there with Merrick on him. Merrick Tortorella won the battle there, worked it back in front. Zakharov trying to shovel it out of the zone, but the net has come loose. Back behind Radchenko. About Roman Orikov last contest, snapping that puck around with 3 assists. He just picked himself up another point here tonight. The assist on the most recent goal from Martin Borisov. Primary one went to Arvid, secondary will go to Roman. Masakov cross-check from behind, and that will be called as Najim still hooking around with Majerchik. Oh, look out here, Downs went down. I did not see what just happened. I took my eye onto my game sheets for a quick second. Martin Haretsky getting pointed out, and he will be heading off to the box as well. Riale and Najim. Just saw a replay of what happened at center ice, and yeah, it was a relatively dirty play by Martin Haretsky, and oh my, he's got himself a 5-minute major on the boards, and rightfully so. You hate to see a penalty go against Team Green like that, but unfortunately that was the right call here tonight. Add on the Masakov minor penalty, we got a 5-on-3 for the North York Renegades. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the second period. Just waiting for the confirmation from the timekeeper's area. Referees have a signal. looks like we are set to drop the puck here. Bridget will center this face-off. Gupta, Perdishov, Cho, and Stevenson. The 5 out for North York looks like it's Wennes, Hoffman, and Carlson. 13 shorthanded goals for Team Green in the regular season. I believe that is second in the GMHL as Cho can start off this major man advantage for North York. Perdishov up top. DDD plays Stevenson and Perdishov will catch with it. Perdishov down low for Bridget. Bridget has one man open and Cho can't use him here. Comes back for Stevenson. Down low Bridget. Bridget again up off Stevenson on a drive that just goes wide of the net. Perdishov centers on play away from Cho. Carlson getting held down. Play will continue. Perdishov back after it. Has a lane. Shoots that one stopped. Rebound and a save for Redchenko. Puck comes right to Isaac Carlson and he can clear the zone for Team Green. Minute 20 to go on the Masakov minor. One player going down in Gupta. Cho leaving it. Nice tap back along by Gupta. Can find up top for Stevenson. Leaving it for Bridget. 18 points in the playoffs. Bridget a shot there deflected. They score. Damian Bridget on a power play goal cuts the lead in half. The 10th goal of this playoff season for Damian Bridget. The 19-year-old from Ajax, Ontario, had 40 points in the regular season. He cuts the Rattler lead in half. Still 4:07 to go on the Hretzky minor. 2:52 to go here in the second period. Now what does that do for the momentum of tonight's contest? The confidence level of Team Green. You're finally beaten for the first time here in tonight's contest and still lots of work to do while still shorthanded. How do you react for this one? And if you're North York, try to get another one. They have a chance here in Stevenson. Nice move in front, trying to slide it in between the legs of Redchenko, who closes them up in time and denies any offense going in behind him. Bridget been to the team of North York. As you see, Downs leaving it for Tortorella. Back to Downs. One man open and the one-time shot there was Roberts, or Kilatarante rather. Shot from the line, deflected off by Stemper and up and out of play. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remain here in period 2 of the Russell Cup Finals Game 3. We're so glad everyone is tuning in here tonight. Some great hockey on display here on this Sunday night on ice from the BWG here in Bradford. Tortorella off the faceoff, nearly tapped back in by Reale, but it went behind him. Najim, 91 and wet from the blue line. Can't clear the zone, or can't keep the zone alive, but he did so at the nick of time, and so Tortorella had to take his spot defensively. Renegades still on the man advantage for the end of this period. Reale trying to pin that puck up and win that 50-50, and he does so as it came right back along for Hoffman, and it does get fired back a length of the ice, and one man skating back after it being Tortorella. Native of Mississauga, you see him there, 56 points on the year for this man wearing 94. Trying to make a nice dangle move, gets hauled down, but no call. Gupta, a nice reverse hit, will shimmy his way around Carlson. Tortorella, met along the half boards there by Wennes. Pop back along to the blue line, and it's going to be Stevenson from his backhand. Played it down low for Tortorella. Has one man open, and Najim can't use him here, but that shot was blocked away by Hoffman. Carlson can't clear the zone, but William Hoffman can. As there's 2:30 to go on the power play. 1:10 to go here in the second period of play. What more does North York have in store? Stevenson cutting his way back in, the always dominant Eric Stevenson with 44 points on the year, and in this playoffs has 3 goals and 3 assists. Sergei Perdishov only played in 15 games in the regular season. He can't get by the wall of Carlson and Bunzeniks. Pop back for Perdishov. will leave it as Bridget gave it to him. Perdyshaw will start it on back, has Gupta to work with here. Perdyshaw can work his way around Jonathan Wennis. Can't get by Hoffman on a rolling puck there. Good play there was made by Cho. 55 in white from the corner. Cho up top will go to Stevenson from the blue line. D to Perdyshaw. Crossing pass finding Cho. Cho, he's fan on the shot. Puck is loose. Bridget and Gupta was denied there by Radchenko. 19 seconds to go in the period. Perdyshaw trying to win it from Anders Bunzeniks. Hoffman coming in there as well. Bridget, good job on him. Try to get the puck towards the goal, can't do so. Hoffman with 8 seconds to go can clear the zone for Team Green, and it looks like that will take care of the second period of play. One player going down at center in Bunzeniks. That is how we conclude 40 minutes of regulation time played here tonight from the BWG here in Bradford. It was a 2-goal lead for Team Green. Damian Bridget, with his team leading 19th point of the playoffs, gets the goal to cut it with half, and that is where we currently stand. In 14 minutes time, we'll bring you the third period of play from the BWG. third period of action set to get underway here from the BWG here in Bradford. Rattlers still down one man. Martin Haretsky's night is over. He got a misconduct penalty. I believe the official call was spearing. Still a minute 15 to go on that man advantage for North York to get a tying goal here at 2 in this third period. Damien Bridget got the only goal for North York. Arten Borisov and Oliver Lindquist getting the goals for Team Green. And that's all the scoring reports we have to tell you here tonight. And more to come, you can imagine, here for this third period. That one again cleared off by Team Green, only 40 to go on the major penalty to Martin Haretsky. One man serving it is Oliver Lindquist. Bridget, the always crafty, very creative Damien Bridget at center. Forked away by Zakharov. He's back after it and sends it back down deep. Gaidukov to play. How many game-saving saves has he made in this contest? Artemi Gaidukov. Blistering his way up the wing as Cho got the handle on it once again. Stops up from the blue line. Nice pass across for Gupta. Crossing pass finding Cho in the high slot. Can't get a trigger pull. Down up top it comes for Gupta. Dixon got to stick into the way, trying to clear the zone. No. Cho will give it back into the corner for Bridget. Penalty is over in 2 seconds time. We're back to 5-on-5. Swatted away by Radchenko. Bridget on a rising shot will hit the corner. Cho back after it for North York. Pinned up there by the fresh Oliver Lindquist serving that penalty. Comes down low for Orkov. Plays it up the wing for Nate Dixon. Plays it off the bank, and so Lindquist trying to win that 50-50 battle on Gupta. Played it away for Perdishov, and he can skate his way into the defensive end. Played it up for Eric Stevenson. Taps it back into the opposite corner. No one in a white uniform there in time, and that allows Bunzeniks to play it along. Tapped up with a high stick by Perdishov. And so it looks like this face-off will come inside the North York end. Lindquist on his normal combination with Bunzeniks and Carlson. Hoffman and Wennes on the blue line. A good look at Anders into the face-off there. Opposing him will be Brayson Tilikarante, the Pickering, Ontario native. Hamilton against Pickering, and Hamilton, Ontario's Anders Bunzeniks on a win and a shot on goal. Big rebound game to Carlson, who rang it off the side of the post. Bunzeniks took a spill behind the net, seems to be okay. Another one going down, and Cho leaving it as Carlson. Got a trigger pull, and he scores! Oliver Lindquist! Lindquist double dips here tonight. His 7th goal of the playoffs, and the 2-goal lead has been restored for Team Green after the major penalty was killed. They come back and get a goal on 5-on-5, 3-1 for the Bradford Rattlers. 17:40 to go here in the period. Arvid Malm trying to pump it back for Borisov. Couldn't reach him in time. Najim goes back into the corner. Elias Najim, a quick up there, finding Cho. One-on-one, Binetz will take him every step of the way wide, and a rising shot for Cho. Turned away by Radchenko, tipped just wide by Tortorella. Ovakimian from the corner boards, trying to play it out, and he can't do so. Jacob Belisle will skate into that puck away from Merrick Tortorella. Belisle trying to dangle his way around Gupta and put the body on him. Tortorella pumps it back for Perdishov. Outlet it out of the zone as far as center. Backpedaling into his own end is Jonathan Wennes, right portion of your screen. Aaron Stemper, the captain at center. Hitting the neutral zone, dumping in, giving chase on Reale. Waletsky in there as well, pumped it back behind the net for Stemper. Cross check from behind, but the play will continue. Reale still putting the stick work into Stemper, and that's going to be called on Reale as Dixon standing up for his captain, and he shot it right into the referee as Najim still kind of giving it towards Aaron Stemper, and the one guilty party will be Reale for North York. Did I see the number 5 being held up by the official? We will wait till what goes on the scoreboard here. Marizo Reale. A 5-minute major for checking from behind. And so what an opportunity for the Bradford Rattlers on this major penalty to do more damage on North York here tonight and make this game out of reach here in the third period. Bunsenix had one man quickly after him, and getting that puck down was Windtrain. Hustling back after Arver and Mom. Or I beg your pardon, it's a 5-minute boarding call, not a checking from behind. Hoffman with Malm, driving right towards the netminder Gaidukov. Forked away there by Gupta. Still trying to pull that battle in front there. Windtrain hustling after the blue man there, and Hoffman skates away from him. Bunsenix right in front there, and it's off a stick in front of Gupta. Carlson up top. Switches spots there with William Hoffman. Isaac Carlson has a shooting lane. He will go wide into the corner and then behind the net, centering back in front there before it's swept away by Damian Bridget. More time killed off the man advantage for Team Green. Right part of your screen is going to be William Hoffman. You can see Wennis and Borisov make their way into the screen as well. Jonathan Wennis with 14 points in the playoffs coming into tonight's contest. Got it to Arten Borisov. He has a goal here tonight. The captain, Aaron Stemper, he's been taking a lot of physical checks here in this playoffs. Nothing seems to faze him. Plays it for Borisov. Down low. Waletsky overskated that puck. It just hopped away from him. Try to win that battle, can't do so. Stemper, near side play, Wennis pumps it back to the corner. Aaron Stemper, one man open and Matvei Munets can't use him here. Might come his way on the side of Wennis, but no. Stemper can find Matvei. Munets with a lane here, can't shoot. Borisov from the corner, forehand play, shot it right into Eric Stevenson. Arten Borisov still with it into the corner. 27 in green with 3:11 to go. It's a centering feed in front looking for Stemper. Can't find his man, and so Braden Sally shorthanded. Has to beat Matvei Munets, can't do so, so he just forks it back behind the net. Scooped up by Arten Borisov, and he can use his speed here. Borisov through center, a nice move around Gupta. Borisov centering it back in front for Stemper, can't connect on him there. Arten tried to pump it back down, can't do so. Second effort opportunity, got his way around Tilikarante. Wennis can't park his way through. Stemper up top, Arten Borisov curls it. Matvei Munets from the top of the blue line. Munets to the captain. Aaron Stemper down low, corner boards play. Jonathan Wennis, Sally on him. He'll go to the blue line as Munets will get a shot away, and they score! Tipped in front, Brendan Walensky, power play goal! With 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go on the major penalty, the Rattlers get one. It's a 3-goal lead here in the third period. 14 minutes to go exactly, and they're going to try to get more. Dean Isaac Carlson can't get his way around Najim. Second effort play, tapped it for Bunsenix, has Malm joining with them. Anders will go wide. Arvid Malm slap pass, looking for Lindquist. Too hot to handle, and so Eric Stevenson, shorthanded, can get his way not out of the zone, will curl his way back in and send it back right into the paraphernalia of William Hoffman. You see him at the center portion of your screen, right over the Bulldogs logo and gaining his way in around Tilikarante. William Hoffman will go behind the netminder, centering at Lindquist, all alone, and what a kick save was made by Gaidukov as the whistle sounds as the net came off during that save. We talk about Gaidukov's athleticism, how easily and quickly he makes it look, just snapping his leg and blocker out, denying that shot from going in. Radchenko sees Windtrain coming quickly after him on a rolling puck to be settled there by Bunsenix in his own end, and he'll tap it right in front of Radchenko. Look out there. Bridget, good job, got it away from Hoffman. Bridget try to work it back to the net, can't do so. William Hoffman will get on his horse and start it all out for Bradford here. Getting his way in is Hoffman. Hoffman around Gupta, going down, centering it back for Carlson, and he just tapped it wide. Gupta can clear it for North York. Radchenko out to the corner to play it over for Team Green. A quick up for Carlson, finding Bunzeniks. He skates his way back in with Stemper driving towards the goal. Bunzeniks crashing into the netminder. It's loose in front. Bunzeniks now to Stemper. Still 47 to go on the power play. 12:30 to go in the period. Stemper from Munetz. The Rattlers captain curls his way around Stevenson. Sally watching him as well. Bunzeniks can feather it along to Matvei Munetz. Down low, Carlson trying to snap it quickly back for Waletsky. Went away from him. And so a clear for Bridget and line change for North York. Popek makes his way in a shorthanded roll. 20 to go on the main advantage. Matvei Munetz can find Aaron Stemper. Borsov, 27 in green. He got the puck here to the blue line, forcing it back. Borsov down low. Stemper trying to center it back for Wennes. He got it to him here. Munetz all open in front of the blue line, and he has it here. Matvei Munetz can't shoot. William Hoffman, center boards, got it back to Matvei from the blue line. His shot there, saved Gaidukov, and we're back to 5-on-5. Reale can force it back into the zone as it's Stemper to chop it back to the neutral zone. Forced back by Wennes, and then a curl-along effort made for Aaron Stemper. Taps it back, Arten Borisov, a curl and drag, finding Brendan Walensky, looking for Stemper back down low on a tap-in play. Can't do so as Jiwon Un can clear the zone, 10 in white. Jonathan Wennes from the blue line taps it across, Arten Borisov, one man open on the far side, and Hopper, and they score! Arten Borisov, sharp angle shot, 5-1 Bradford. His second goal here tonight, his 7th of the playoffs. It's Arten Borisov, no shocker there. With 11:13 to go in the third period, it's 5-1 for the Bradford Rattlers. Perdishov keeping the zone. Bridget fluttering shot, blocked by Hoffman. It'll stay inside as Stevenson engages offensively around Lucinius. Stevenson still protecting that puck, got it in front there, slot zone chance, and it just goes wide. Centering back, Radchenko had to be strong on that angle. David Majerchuk draws back into the lineup, played it to the side of Lucinius, who got pumped down by Stevenson, and Zakharov plays it back to his defenseman there in William Hoffman. Bridget all over him as well. Hoffman losing his handle. Bridget steals his puck from his own possession. Lucinius there, taking the body on Stevenson, allowing Orkov to shovel it from his backhand, not out of the zone. Good keep in there by Perdishov, leaving it for him there. Got it to Gupta, slap pass, got it in front. Tila Karante couldn't get a trigger pull in time. Gupta can weave his way around Majerchuk and Lucinius to skate his way into the zone around Zakharov. Trying to play it back into the slot zone. Can't do so as you see Orkov pitting him up against the half board. Zakharov and Perdishov, 3 Russians on 1 Canadian. Back in front, rising backhand shot for Perdishov, and Radchenko says no. Square up to the shot. He makes the stop. Rattlers on a quick up. How quickly they can go from a face-off win to an offensive break. Bunzeniks in this top line of Team Green doing a great example of that. And I beg your pardon, just now noticing a goaltender change in tonight's contest. Artemi Gaidukov's night is over. Tyler Barber, the 19-year-old from Mississauga, Ontario, makes his way into the contest here in the Russell Cup Finals. He was going to get tested pretty quickly here. Rattlers nearly had numbers if it wasn't for the great defensive read by that man, Eric Stevenson. Barber had 3 wins on the year in the 3 starts he has had. Goals against of 3.7. Wennes a quick up, looking for Carlson, spotted him here. Carlson leaving it for Lindquist. Reale putting the body on him, and so Tortorella has it for North York, and he got ran into there by Bunzeniks. Carlson, and a great diving effort was made by Reale. Thus the major penalty he had here tonight. He's been playing phenomenal, 17 in white. Cho stops on a dime. Plays it out through center, finding the aforementioned Reale. Snapped it on goal. Radchenko blows it down and holds it against the ice to get the whistle with 8:43 to go here in this third period. Rattlers have 5, Renegades 1. We mentioned in the first period it was the second straight series the Rattlers dropped the very first game. Against Wasaga, they dropped the first 2, winning 4 straight in a row to knock off Wasaga, sending them home golfing. And that set up this matchup here tonight as the North York Renegades swept the entire Southern Division. They took care of Durham, St. George, and then Tottenham. Bobbling puck, and it looks like all these puck bounces are going right to the Bradford Rattlers' way. Pop back in. Fluttering it across for Elkin, who lost his stick, goes into the corner. Try to kick it back to the blue line. Belisle, I beg your pardon. Try to play it up the zone, can't do so. Arver and Mom. Cross-seam pass looking for Borisov, connected with 27 in green. Kick saved by Barber, looking for a shot rebound, and Barber kind of disappointed in himself there, allowing that big of a rebound. Jiwanun. Roberts trying to fork it out of the zone. He does, but not by much. That allows Team Green to work it right back in. Shot back in by Montfey, and 2 players heading off for Team Green. 2 coming on, being Stemper and Waletsky. Popek. Belisle winning that corner boards battle up top for Roman. Orkov can't get it to Jacob Belisle, and so Gunnar Popek will try to skate his way out of the zone, the Oakville, Ontario native. Got it into the Rattlers territory. 7:30 to go here in the period. That one tapped back along. Icing is waved. Belisle into the corner. Kolinka on him, or check that was Dixon, 20 in green. Orkov now for Nate Dixon. Leaving it for Waletsky, went away from him. Jiwanun can't play it from behind his netminder Barber. Jiwanun again, the native of Seoul, South Korea. In 6 regular season games played, he had himself 9 points. Aaron Stemper from center. Dumps in as Brendan Sally, all after him. Tyler Barber, and a miscue there on the breakout pass for the North York Renegades as Mischenko, 13 in white, gets it into the Rattler zone to be sticked away by Nikita Redchenko. Jonathan Wennis nearly overskating the puck, but it stays inside. A chance here for Sally on a rising shot there, got the glass. Beg your pardon, Nathaniel Henry was the man getting that shot on goal. Perdyshev leaving it for Dixon. Now Waletsky around Henry, trying to get around Perdyshev, and he will. He'll go into the corner. Waletsky against Stevenson. Stevenson protecting himself, and the puck there got ran into there by Zakharov. That allows Damien Bridget with some time and space to work with here for North York. Trying to get around Hoffman, trying his best, and he'll do so. Bridget trying to force it back for Perdyshev, couldn't connect with him there. Bridget had a stick tied up there by Wemmes. Zakharov trying to skate it back out of the zone. It slapped back along, and using his body was Bridget there, forced it back to the slot area before it's skated out by Jonathan Wennis. And it looks like we got a delayed penalty upcoming. Daniil Zakharov will be the guilty party for Team Green. With 5 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the third period, it's a power play upcoming for North York and an interference minor for Daniil Zakharov. Short-handed play, can't clear the zone. Bunzeniks will try to do it here for Team Green. And that's exactly what it does here for the Bradford Rattlers. Gave it away. Carlson off the side of the net. Tyler Barber had to be alert to make that save. Or a bigger burn hit the side of the contest, or side of the net. Just had to be alert. That puck came to him in a hurry. Orkov, who got a pretty good slash by Cho. Eric Stevenson will settle it all down for North York. 6 points so far in these playoffs. He's the man that quarterbacks most of their power play opportunities here this season. Bunzeniks ran into one man in Gupta. Isaac Carlson will flutter it as far as center to be calmly gloved down there by the captain. Stevenson gave it away for Anders Bunzeniks. Short-handed, Bunzeniks to the backhand, and he ran out of real estate there. Stevenson applied a lot of pressure on the back check. Pritchard works his way back in, and they gave it away to Carlson. No mistake there. The young Swede slaps it back into the Renegades area. Cho behind the netminder. Quick up, good connection, using his speed here. You see Stevenson, long shot there, got hauled down and crashing into the net. Four minutes and 30 seconds all that remains here in this third period of play before the Rattlers go up 2-1 in the Russell Cup Finals. Tillacarante against Brendan Walensky. Can't pull it back, and so it's going to be possession right to the North York Renegades. Tortorella can play it across. You're looking at Nathan Downs from Woodbridge, Ontario. Got by Aaron Stemper, trying to get by Ovakimian. He'll get it up top to the blue line before Walensky using his short-handed speed there, leaving it for Stemper to Ovakimian. He'll get it back down as Walensky at center got a reverse hit thrown on Tillacarante, who can bust his way back in for the Renegades. Arseny Ovakimian again. Took a bump there by Chu, and so it gets sent back as Merrick Tortorella has to backpedal into his own end. 5 to go in the Zakharov minor. 3 minutes and 50 to go in this third period of this Game 3 of the Russell Cup Finals. Tortorella on a shot there, tipped up by Munetz, and it goes up and out of play. That was Stemper who got ran into there. He's been taking a beating all playoff long. We're going to get a good look at Danila Zakharov, fresh out of the faceoff there. Mikhail Elkin from Moscow, Russia, won that faceoff, but it comes back out of the zone for the Renegades. Zakharov put the body on him. One man trying to get a shot on Elkin, can't do so. Elkin from the corner, swung it across, picked off there by David Majerchek. The always crafty Majerchek snapped that on across for Lucinius. Trying to get by Reale. Majerchek, oh, look out, goes crashing back down, and he seems to be shaken up on that play as Lucinius and Reale still going at it. Majerchek pops up in a hurry, always good to see. Reale's had himself an eventful night here tonight, 17 in white for North York. Got a 5-minute major penalty. Remained in the contest. You can say the same for Martin Horetsky. He got the gate when he got his 5-minute penalty for spearing. Only penalty will come out of this go to Mikhail Elkin, 2 minutes for cross-checking. 3 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the third period. Another power play upcoming for Bradford Rattlers. Belial, Mesakov, Ovakimian, Borisov, and Matvey Munetz. Mesakov, the face-off win. Normally a winger is able to win that face-off. Tillacarante bumped into there by Mesakov. Renegades can't clear the zone. Shot there, kick saved by Barber. Comes loose for Borisov. Keeping the zone, dangling his way across for Belial. Kolinka trying to win that battle as well. Comes back to the corner, centering up top for Matvey Munetz. And takes the shot, takes the shot. Barber can flex across and make the save. Kolinka can clear the zone. And so giving chase is going to be Popek and Matvey Munetz. Popek will win that race. Ovakimian leaving it for Arten Borisov. On hat-trick watch here tonight as Arten plays it for Matvey Munetz, his defenseman. Russian combination there as Munetz fanning on the first pass attempt, but he left it across for Ovakimian. Jacob Belial, the only player on this power play unit that is not from Russia. Borisov, Ovakimian. Got it up to Matvey Munetz from the blue line. His shot there wide of Barber. Belial trying to flag it down, can't do so. Good second effort made by Ovakimian, keeping the puck in. Belial forced it across there, and it does get flexed out of the zone by Gunnar Popek. And a line change on for the North York Renegades and the Bradford Rattlers, Majerchek, Orikov, and Zakharov. The Rattlers role players getting some power play looks here tonight. Zakharov ran into Wintrain. Brendan Sally, Majerchek after him, and a big heck thrown there by Mesakov. Sally was the recipient of that check coming from Mesakov. 20 to go on the power play, a minute 40 to go in this third period. Wintrain
Still forechecking hard as ever. A stretch pass finding Danila Zakharov. Sharp angle shot did not miss by much. Had eyes for just under the crossbar on the rising shot from Danila. Tomas Lucinius, 5-on-5, 2-on-1, Machirchik and Zakharov. Overskating it as Zakharov. He played it back behind the net as Ovakimian, leaving it David Machirchik. Machirchik turns and fires. Barber the save. Puck is loose, and it goes back into the corner. Jiwanun stops away from David Machirchik, goes to the opposite corner as here comes Lucinius to meet him. Brendan Sally lost it to Zakharov. Machirchik, nice tap back along for Wenis. DDD Roman Orikov. His shot fought off by Barber right into his glove as we are in the final minute of this third period. 56 seconds separates the Bradford Rattlers from a 2-1 series lead in the Russell Cup Finals. The reason why Wasaga and Bradford got buys into the second round, there's not enough teams in the Northern Division, I beg your pardon. So the way to make the playoff format line up perfectly, they gave the top two teams in the division a bye to round two. We have 47 seconds to go here tonight, folks. From the BWG, Reale put the body on Nate Dixon. The captain, Stemper, can't clear it into the zone. Najim trying to make some nice moves in the neutral zone before he flutters in. Tap back along by Radchenko and leaving it for Ovakimian. Got crunched there by Kolinka. Or I beg your pardon, by Mischenko. Native of Maple, Ontario. Whistle sounds and it looks like more penalties are upcoming. I believe in the Northern Division there are 6 teams. So if you were to do a playoff matchup with those teams, it kind of doesn't really add up too much. I could be wrong on the number of teams. I'm kind of drawing a blank on that side. But yes, it is a numbers thing why the 2 top teams in this division got a bye to the second round. That one right into the rafters by Ovakimian. That killed 1 second of clock. Yes, it's still 21.6 to go. A 5-1 lead for the Bradford Rattlers here tonight. Game 4 will be Tuesday night at this very arena, the BWG here in Bradford, and the Rattlers will have a chance to take a commanding series lead of 3-1 and have a chance to win their 3rd straight Russell Cup on home ice, and I believe that'll be a Saturday night game here at the BWG in Bradford. And if the Renegades can pull through, if one of these contests wins, Game 6 will be out in North York. 14 to go here in this contest. It's the Zakharov line. We'll go against the Roberts line of North York. Zakharov can't pull it back. Roberts lost the handle. It comes to Ovakimian, who will flutter it out of the zone. And a perfect play along for Zakharov, leaving it for Lucinius. Leaving it for Machirchik, comes in, got tripped back down, and Barber can quickly jump on that puck with 1.2 seconds to go as Lucinius battling away with 1 man in front. Reale getting shoved in front as well as a skirmish comes up near the netminder Barber. Referees do have the option to run the remaining 1.2 seconds on the clock, but it looks like they will have this face-off to make it official. Looks like they're going to take this face-off outside of the Renegades end, and again 1.2 to go here as you can hear the Bradford Rattlers fans in their bench starting to make some noise here tonight. Horn sounds to end tonight's contest. The Bradford Rattlers win 2 straight games here in the finals, and they lead by a score of 2-1 with Game 4 coming here this Tuesday. Brendan Walensky got a goal here tonight. Lindquist with 2, Arn Borsov with 2 as well. Skate off and salute the faithful here at the BWG here in Bradford. A dominant win in this Game 3.
Thompson and Radchenko. You see the embrace there, the goaltender hug. Love to see that from the two netminders here. So that'll do it for Nick Stella and the Bradford Rattlers organization. We bid you all a good hockey night for now, and we will see you this Tuesday for Game 4 of the Russell Cup Finals.